Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Build a House, where we are building a reptile house for almost all the reptiles that we do have in the game Planet Zoo. Well, it's not all of them. When I think about it, we will be leaving one of the caiman species out there. We're going to have the spectacled one or the... what was the other one? I don't know. One of those two caimans we are going to have in the center habitats, and we're also going to have the saltwater crocodile in there, but one of the caiman species is going to be left out. Well, in the last episode we built this huge panoramic habitat for the gharial, and we are having 3 of them in this pool right here. You could see the big male that's swimming around here, and we are also having 2 of the females in there. And yeah, today in this video we are going to finish the outer circle of our reptile house. Well, not completely, but if it comes to the animal habitats, it's going to be the last one for the outer circle. We are continuing with the habitat for the Galapagos Giant Tortoise. This was a pretty easy one. That's also the reason why today's episode is a little bit shorter than the episodes before, because most of the stuff that I had to do is to copy everything around that we already did have for the Galapagos Giant Tortoise, because we are at the same level at the house and the habitat is almost the same size as the Galapagos ones, so it wasn't that hard to create that. Well, the interior looks a little bit different, but not that much, and that is also why I decided I want to do something different towards the end of the video as well. So we are going to take care of the second door when you're entering the reptile house. So we're not building the entrance already, but we are going to get into finish this area here where we are going to build the glass front for the habitat of the tortoise, and we're going to have the door in there as well, so that this side on the inside is completely closed up. So that's what's going to happen towards the end of the video. As I said, this video is a little bit shorter. That's why I'm going to do a little announcement, or a little a little whatever. I'm going to ask you guys, first of all, this is the perfect time for you to hit the like button for this video and to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future stuff that is going to happen here on this channel. I noticed with the last video especially that many of you guys are watching my videos, which makes me very happy, but many of you guys forget to hit the like button for this video. So I would appreciate if you guys don't mind to hit the like button for my videos more frequently, if you enjoy the stuff that you're watching. If you don't, of course, you don't have to hit the like button if you don't like something, but if you do, it doesn't cost anything, so would be great if you think of that. Okay, so as you could already see, lots of stuff is being copied from the left habitat from the Galapagos tortoise towards the right one for the Galapagos ones. Yeah, elevating some of the concrete wall pieces, copying the whole roof situation around, so that we have the exact same roof for the Galapagos Giant Tortoises as we do have for the Galapagos ones. And yeah, that's all I can say about what's going on right here, right now. I've been thinking about what we are going to do in the next episode, so I'm asking you guys what you think. So should we continue with building habitats so that we are going into the center area and taking care of the habitats for the saltwater crocodiles and one of the caiman species, or should we finish the outer circle completely? Which means that we should go into the into the guest area, so where they are entering the building, so building the complete entrance and taking care of the guest facilities, so that we are going to have this little gift shop situation and information and whatsoever, so that everything from the outer circle is complete, doing the roof for the outside? Or do you guys think that we should go into the centerpiece area and finish all the animal habitats first and going into the visitor areas after that? So just let me know in the comment section, so I will be glad to do it as you wish. Okay, and by doing that, this also means that we are coming close to an end for the Reptile House already. So this means there will be about 3, or the maximum would be 4 episodes that are still going to be here in this house, and afterwards, yeah, we can continue with another one. So yeah, you guys already gave me some hints what you wanted to see in the last video when we are finishing the Reptile House, which house you want to see me build next. So I think there was something like something for the monkeys, also nocturnal house, which I think would be a great idea. Haven't thought about that yet. And nocturnal, monkey, an Arctic house, which is also pretty cool, but yeah, pretty cool. But I was thinking, which animals could I have in an Arctic house? So we don't have that many. The only animals that I could think about that would make sense would have been the king penguins, and I don't know if there are any other animals that we do have in the game that would make sense in an Arctic house. So yeah, don't know about that. I was also thinking, or my wish would be to build a house for the cats. So big cats, small cats. I already built a small mammal house, which was called It's a Small World. Yeah, no pun intended. Well, pun intended. Some of you guys might think about Disney World. It's a Small World. That's a ride that is in Disney World, and that's where I got the name from for the house. So to make a long story short, I built a small mammal house in Arizona Adventure Park, which was the first English series on my channel that I ever did. So if you're interested in this, let's have a look at it. Yeah, there I had something like that. So it would be great to do some kind of a revival for the small mammal house. Yeah, someone also told me that it would be nice if I would build an antelope house, which we already do have in the zoo in Berlin. So this is totally a real thing, which would be a nice idea as well. I also would love to build a bird house, but for that reason we should have birds in the game. Oh, by the way, if you haven't seen that, definitely check out Leaf's latest videos on all the mods that are out there for Planet Zoo on Nexus, because there are some great bird mods out there that also do have some unique animations, which is a total first, because in the past all the animations that the mods did have in the game were animations that were already in the game, so we never had new animations yet, I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong with that. But for those new bird mods, there are actually pretty amazing new animations that make the birds seem so much more realistic, and yeah, I'm very tempted I'm very tempted to download some of those mods. Well, maybe in the near future, when we got the last DLC for Planet Zoo, so we can get into mods and create something very unique, very different, build bird houses, aquariums and whatsoever. But yeah, for the time being, as it is right now, we are going to stick to the official stuff for the game, because it is told that we will be getting one more DLC this year. One more official DLC this year. I'm very curious when that will be, because time-wise we are already due, but I think it's going to hit before the release of Planet Coaster 2. And that is something that I always told you guys. Maybe you can remember that from videos for from a long time ago. I think I told it already at least 1 year ago. I always told you guys, when you were thinking that Planet Zoo was coming to an end, I said Planet Zoo will not be coming to an end soon, as long as there is no other game that will take its place. Well, with the release of Planet Coaster 2, I think we might have reached the end of Planet Zoo. So once Planet Coaster 2 is going to be released, Planet Zoo is going to be not dead. That would be a mean word to say it that way, because Planet Zoo will never be dead, I think, because all of us content creators, or at least the majority of us, will continue to build in Planet Zoo. Well, maybe not that much as we did before, but there will always be Planet Zoo stuff on our channels. Yeah, but as I said, once Planet Coaster is going to be released, Planet Zoo is going to be or Frontier, I think Frontier is going to end the support for Planet Zoo. Yeah, and that's the exact thing that I always said, and I would be very surprised if it was different, because I can't imagine that that Frontier is going to support both of those games, especially when there is going to be already another installment of these kind of games in the pipeline for next year to be released. I think it was 2025, and 26 also is going to be another year where some new management or creative management game is going to be released by Frontier. You can let me know in the comment section. I'm not quite sure about the release dates or the timeline in which this is going to happen, but I think it was that way. Yeah, I'm talking about Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, DLCs and stuff, and nothing about the stuff that is going on in the video, but you know that kind of stuff from me. Well, you've seen it before, what is happening here. Putting some decals on the walls here to make it look cohesive like all the other habitats that we built so far, trying to make it as realistic as I am able to, having some of this air condition stuff in here as well, and then I think we are already done. just copying our custom-made bench around here. If you do something like this and you don't want your guests to walk through that, just use those pieces here in the security table so that your guests can't run through the walls or through the building pieces that you were using. And it is pretty easy because you don't want anyone to see those barriers. So what you are going to do is to select all of them and just lower it into the ground. So that will prevent your guests from walking through the planters here or through the bench itself, but keeping it open in the front of it so that your guests can actually sit on that. Because as you have seen, I used those in-game benches that we do have that will make sure that your guests can interact with those pieces and actually sit on the bench. So that is something that I wanted to have. Even though I have a self-created bench or a self-made bench, I wanted it to be used by our guests. So that is how you do it, so that they actually can use it. Yeah, and here we are at the last part of this video where I am building the doors or the entrance part for our reptile house. I was just making some changes because I didn't want those concrete pillars to go from the bottom to the top of the building. I just wanted it to be those just this little frame for the entrance. I wanted to have huge doors, but not too big, so that it will look realistic and that actually guests would be able in reality to open those doors and wouldn't have to it wouldn't be necessary for 3 or 4 people to push those doors open because they were so big. So yeah. Also trying to make it as realistic as possible using those window pieces that we got in the, I think it was in the European DLC, so that it actually looks like it were real doors. And we're also going to open those doors later on as well. But first of all, we have to make it look realistic, putting a frame around it and using those one-sided glass pieces, because I wanted it to be like when you are coming from the inside of the building, you can see outside, but if you are coming from the outside and going into the reptile house, you won't be able to see anything, because it should be a little bit of a surprise so that you can't see anything before you're actually entering the building. Just copying the frame around because the glass pieces were a little bit too thick, so that we couldn't have those small frame pieces covering up the whole glass piece. But still I wanted to have the small metal beams for the frame for our glass door, because I thought it would look better. Yeah, and I wanted to have something on the doors that they are looking a little bit more exciting. So I used those lizard wallpaper pieces that we got from the Australia DLC. I wanted to have the white ones on the outside for the dark shape or the dark shade of the glass, and copying both and having the black ones on the inside, so that we do have this nice contrast in here. And here you can see, if you select the whole pieces of the door and deselect it from the whole building, you can actually move it and open it like a real door, so that you have this kind of movement in there. Yeah, I was thinking about some other decoration pieces, couldn't come up with some nice ideas, so I just left that for next episode maybe, when we are going to create the entrance, if you guys want to. If you don't, we're going to the centerpiece in the next episode and keeping that for a later time in this series. Yeah, just a little bit more of decoration stuff in there. I noticed that we do have those dead trees in the habitat for the Galapagos Giant Tortoise. I thought we're going to have some of this for the Galapagos ones as well. And I wanted to have a pool in there as well. You can remember the one that we did have for the Galapagos Giant Tortoise? I tried that in here as well, but it did not work. Just don't know why, it just didn't work. Well, and with that, we are at the end of today's episode already. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already in the beginning of the video. And I hope you guys will tune in next week as we are going to continue in our reptile house, maybe with the centerpiece or maybe with our visitor stuff. Until that, take care guys, have a great week and see you soon next week. Bye!